Yeah.
And Steve has won the lag.
By a millimetre.
And yeah, once again, probably unlikely anyone's really seen him play in Australia, being from the UK.
New Zealand?
Oh, no,
UK?
no, he's from,
UK?
He's from the UK.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And this is actually really good because, and you heard him earlier, he said basically he didn't even care if he had to pay his own waiver next year, he'd be coming for sure. So he's obviously already enjoyed himself, and he's only played one match. And he did comment that he played terribly in it too, so I'm not sure if he played, but they're probably not feeling great about that comment.
Could be his first time in Australia as well.
Yeah, well, most people want to move over here as soon as they come here, so yeah.
Worth all those hours on the plane.
And dumps the white first shot. Gus says, thank you very much.
Not the easiest table for Gus to work with, though.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he can actually play this. I would have just wondered if he could put the white a little thinner than that, and then just play the plant, come off the right side, push it, and then try and come into the yellow. Hit it top side as we look at the screen, and maybe just move the other one as well. It's pretty low percentage shot.
Definitely got to try and move those three. Well, one of those three.
Gus has actually deliberately tried to leave himself an angle to go into him now off this ball. I think. I could be wrong again. I've been wrong heaps already.
Yeah.
Maybe the plant does go.
You'd love to be able to make contact with him from this one that cue ball's closest to. But looks like.
I think if this plant does go, he'll be content with it. Because that way he's not relying on a result from a cannon. You know, he can control the shot himself. And it's all going to come down to that cannon as well, or that plant as well, if he gets it, because...
There'll be 3 balls left by the time he's on that one, on that plant, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he'll clean up this end for sure. There's no way he's going to leave this bottom ball after this shot. He's going to play for it now. It's all on its low. I reckon he's got a little bit straight on this. He would have liked to have been half a foot higher, just to get right up the table.
Might have to settle for a bit of a longer shot there, or he's going to have to give this one a bit of power.
I think he's happy with a bit of distance, but I think he just wants to get fairly straight so he can punch it in and hold the white without travelling too much, so he can control the shot.
Keep an angle for the ball afterwards.
Yeah, or screw back a little bit, and that way he's got both options. Like, he's got the ball over the hole if it doesn't work out well. So, well, there you go. That's actually come a heap shorter than what I thought it might, but Gus did line up that line that he's on now.
Key shot coming up.
Yeah, this is actually, I don't reckon it's as easy as it looks. Oh, actually, you know what? I've just looked at the table itself. That red's not obstructing the yellow really at all for the angle that he needs to hit it. In fact, if anything, if he just misses the red, he's almost guaranteed to pop the other one. And the other yellow will move away from the red as well. So
he's gonna have to play a bit of screw on the ball, make sure he doesn't roll too far forward.
Most people overcut the plants on these shots. He's hit it perfect.
Brilliant. Nice angle as well to get out of there. He's got to clear the red, the second red.
That's actually funny. Steve jokingly said that he'd be happy to get one frame after his first performance and seeing Gus's ranking or seeding for the event, but I think that was just a bit of a joke. I'm sure he's going to back himself. But this is probably not the start that he wanted to see from Gus. It's been a good clearance, this.
He definitely wasn't easy, and he's made it look pretty. Hasn't really been too troubled, has he?
But yeah, a bit of punishment for dumping the white off the break there, and if Gus can break and clear again, Steve will be early under the pump.
Yeah. Gus will be looking to get a ball off his next break, first break.
He just stares over at me, fully focused. I'll tell you, I think Gus will ruffle a few feathers this year in this tournament. I don't reckon he's playing as well as what he was last year or the year that he won the Anzac comp when he just annihilated everybody in that tournament. And he's working a lot more hours these days, so I don't think he gets to dedicate the time that he puts in the game. But to me, it appears that like he's enjoying the game, and that's really key if you're going to play well.
Definitely.
And he's got a very good cueing action as well. I don't call him the best single ball potter in Victoria for nothing. Look at this.
Pretty decent.
This red ball that is just to the right of the white is the only dodgy red. Like, you just need to get a good position on it. Just looking at yellows. He might take yellows actually, because once again, the yellow down the bottom here. Not sure if it passes to the corner. No, it doesn't pass to the bottom right corner. So there's one dodgy ball for both balls.
That red right in the middle that's closest to the cue ball would be tricky, wouldn't it?
I think this angle he's got as well. Play this bottom left ball off the bottom rail with a touch of right hand side, and then try and just sneak in between the gap.
Yeah. Without going too far behind those two yellows there.
Yeah, ideally, just play for the cannon on the yellow to the right of the red. Was this going in the middle? And we just didn't realise? Or was he going to play it off the yellow in the middle? Might be going to play it off the yellow into the middle.
Off the yellow in the middle? I think that yellow might be a bit too far down.
Yeah, no, his facial reaction just basically told me that he's not happy with where he's landed.
I think he meant to get over the other side. He just didn't get through the cue ball as he wanted.
Tell you what, if he's trying to get over the other side, yeah, that's horrible.
He could have used the cushion, or he could have just screwed straight across. I think sometimes.
And that's
what
sometimes
as a result.
Yeah, that's what sometimes happens when you just chop up your position early.
Yeah, a bit disappointed with the previous shot. It's easy to miss the next one.
They may have left Steve an angle on this ball in the middle to just sneak down onto this other ball that's on its own, either middle pocket or corner.
If he can get onto that yellow that's closest to the black, that's what he'll be looking to do.
So he's checking it now. I'm sure it goes in the middle as well, to the left-hand side.
It's easy to leave yourself a fine cut on that if you go a bit too far. Judge your pace.
Oh, he hasn't hit it well. Just got a bit too much top on the white. Need to stun it a touch.
Yeah. Not wasting much time, is he?
Good recovery pot. He's landed okay. And now it's going to be all about this ball in the middle, just trying to get just off straight on it and then running through past the red, or even if you were to cannon the red fairly full, you'd have a decent shot on the yellow, but that's too far as well. So far, just having just a mini nightmare on angles and getting the right position.
Just a tiny bit out of position can make it really hard before you know it.
I'm not sure about that.
Looks like he's going to have to leave that yellow till last. Some sort of fine cut on the one up the top left pocket.
Surely he drags this in or stuns off the side cushion back across. Oh, he's gone the double.
Wow.
So he's decided, you know what, I've already dug a big enough hole for myself here. I'm going to put the brakes on and try and play a contain and safe with yellow over the hole, but
possibly could have taken a bit more time over that shot.
He made comment as well that the table's very different to what he's used to, much slower than what he's used to.
Yeah.
Slightly bigger too, because they play on the 6-footers, we play on the 6.5.
I don't think they're quite a foot smaller. I think,
yeah, 6 3/4 we are, aren't we? They're a 6. But I have played on those English tables, and yeah, everybody raves about them, but I can't bring myself to believe that a pub-based table with the pub-style pockets is better than our tables. I don't know. I've seen too many balls jump out of the pockets for me to.
It's definitely very different to play on. Take a lot of getting used to.
But the guys over there, they love them. The one thing I will say that I love about them is they're really quick.
Absolutely.
They actually kind of force you to play well because they're so quick. You've got to start cueing well.
Very easy to go too far. If you've got like a cut and you've got to come across the line of position, it's so easy to go a bit far.
So he's going to have another crack at this double up and down. And he's done a similar thing where he's overcut it and just landed sort of on the back of the ball. But it's creating traffic.
Gus would like to be able to get parallel with the one down the bottom of the screen there to make contact with those two yellows. Probably free the whole frame up if you can do that.
I think Gus is even toying with the idea of playing this cut to the corner, because if he makes contact with the yellow, you can see that it's going to go into the other yellow, into the red, and then it's going to flick off the red and probably promote it over the hop. I like it. Once he gets his body out of the way of the shot, you have a look at the angle of the top red's going into the bottom red, and it looks like it's perfect. Yeah. Not to pot it, but to go over the hole. So have a look at this. See how there's that little angle there that's just going into the red, and I think that will promote over the pocket really nicely. I reckon this is a free shot for Gus.
As long as he can make that's a pretty tricky pot.
I don't reckon you have to like this. It's like a free shot. If you don't get the pot, you're going to have good cover.
Gus has decided on that one.
Different shot to nothing instead. We'll probably see this yellow get doubled down as well now. There's no point of it being up there.
He's just showing a bit of patience there. Because, you know, he's got a good lock on this frame as it is. Maybe doesn't want to leave anything to chance. Even though the chances were pretty good that the shot might work out.
Surely the double is going to happen again though. Like doing bottom left or bottom right. It's a bit of a trap to play at bottom left. I think you've got to play it to the bottom right again and try and create a bit more clusterage. That's what he's done.
Could have possibly
this time a much better shot because he's created havoc.
Yeah, he's spoiled Gus's plan.
And this is why I like the shot I suggested, because it just allowed you to take a lot of control over that clustery situation.
If you leave it a little too late, then the other guy can find a way to get back in.
That's it. Gus has the option here to play the aggressive shot and play like in between a screw shot and a stun shot on this bottom left and go into one, but there's risk involved. So he's just going to play the mature shot, try and sit over the hole, but chop it up.
You see that happen a lot.
Yeah, it's one thing Gus has shown is a lot more maturity with his shot selection, as far as not playing a crazy low percentage shot.
Yeah.
Definitely winning you more frames in comps now.
There's a fine line sometimes between doing that and waiting too long. Sometimes you might be too careful.
Yeah, and like you said, you let your opponent get back into it.
A lot of players do that,
yeah. Well, look at this curve. That's almost curved straight in off.
Where's the cue ball going? Not a bad result, is it?
I like us flicking off the red here. And just taking the wide into the other one on the right side, left side, sorry.
Not a bad shot there.
Yeah, it's worked out nice. If he's got a total.
Sometimes with a shot like that, you can't really know exactly what's going to happen, but you've got to be pretty sure that you're going to get a good result.
There's the total here. If you go up and down, if you can get your weight right and hit the one that's the yellow that's closest to the pocket and land hard, like just dead weight onto it.
Yeah. Oh, there's going to be a total back if you got that, wouldn't it?
That's not bad either. Problem is Gus can now push this red down to the pocket as well and cover the pocket with two balls. And then Steve's going to be in a fair bit of trouble.
Gus is well in control of the frame, but just got to be careful not to make any bad decisions.
I think that's the right shot.
Just biding his time. He knows he doesn't have to do anything out of the ordinary.
You can see Steve's just going to flick off this. He just probably wants to check where he wants his white here, because he doesn't want to leave Gus the pot.
Not really many attacking options you can see. All he can really do is hang in there.
Yeah, he really does want this off the rail a little bit though, for the squeeze. I don't like this shot because it takes the ball out of play. I know I think he's played it because it's a containing shot. But the problem with it is, it's eliminated a ball completely out of play.
If he gets an opportunity, Steve, to play that yellow that's to the left of the cue ball.
Gus
has
just shut the door.
Gus has seen that.
So I reckon we're going to see this yellow that he just played at the top come back down the table now. It has to. But there's such risk now because you can't just willy-nilly put the white ball up there, because Gus will have an opportunity to clear.
There's Is there any value in just tapping the cue ball onto the yellow up the top there? Make it as difficult as possible for Gus. He's got to start getting creative. He's moving to black. Interesting shot.
Yeah, I guess if he gets it down there a bit closer, it's not too bad. But the problem I see with it is Gus is just going to play the blast out anyway, and the black probably will come free.
Even as it is, it's not easy for Gus. Could have played a lot worse shot.
I see Gus clearing this pretty simply, to be honest. It's all about one shot, and what's he doing here? Wow, that shocks me, but fair enough, not bad. Didn't think he needed to do
another way.
Just layer it up.
Is he going to play the red off the red? Free the other one?
I think so. Yep. He actually tried to cannon the black there, but I look.
Oh yeah.
If he cannons the black, he pretty fully lands perfectly on that other red.
It would be simple after that, wouldn't it? Those are the sorts of shots that seem to go wrong early in a match rather than late. When the players really played themselves in, those sorts of cannons, you might see a lot more of them successful than early in a match, I find.
Yeah, I agree. And now he has actually put himself in a position where he won't make the clearance and has to play a containing shot now. I don't mind bumping the red that's closest to the pocket off the yellow a little bit and just blocking it.
He wouldn't think of playing the red close to the pocket with side and cannoning the black now, would he? He'd have a tough shot on the red.
Yeah, it's low percentage because if you catch the ball black thin, you're going to lose the white. Yeah, I think that's the right shot. He hasn't played it amazing though. In fact, I think he's given Steve a chance here.
Just a bit of room.
Yeah, that had to be played sort of dead weight in my opinion, just to block that yellow.
Table 25. Steve Dempsey, John O. Jenkins, table 25.
I think Steve's got a better chance to win the frame than he used to have.
Yeah, all good queuing, but he's a tall fellow, so that shouldn't bother him too much. Hot.
Tricky one. Still not easy to get a good position on the black if he wants to go the out here.
Yeah, I think the best thing for Gus here is to land high on this red. That way he can stun off the bottom rail and in behind the black. Anything but low is fine. Even fairly straight's okay because he can just screw back to the side rail. Yeah, that's perfect.
Not too bad.
So just basically playing this off a bottom cushion, probably just a straight stun shot looks perfect here. I don't even think you need to use any tracer side on this.
You can be on the black into the top left or the middle left.
There you go.
Yeah, you sort of got a choice of both pockets. This is one where you got to make up your mind which one you want to play it in.
I think you'll play this in the corner if he's straight.
It's a little bit straighter on the corner.
He belts it in. So,
no jitter in that action there.
Early warning signs here for Steve. Gus commanded that frame pretty heavily through most of it.
He got himself a half chance there. Gus was all over that frame, but a bit of a scare for Gus.
Yeah,
could have been 1-all, but
basically, yeah, Steve had to pop that ball in the middle when he got given the chance. But
still work to do even if he got that. But, Alec and Simon still pretty close.
Yeah, Simon just missed that cannon on the ball on the rail there. Try to come cushion first and into it just to free it up. Guaranteed position on the ball in the middle. Big break there from Steve. Interesting spread. I like the reds here. They're all on. Nothing's abstracting any ball. It's all cue ball controlled style out and maybe even the opening pot.
Yeah, just the opening pot is the tricky one.
Yeah, the one
down from the cue ball.
Yeah,
he's on there.
This might go clean.
Yeah.
Even better.
That's decent.
Oh. A little rushed.
Yeah, maybe
well,
quick decision. Maybe just wanted it to be on. Talked himself into it, possibly.
well, he does keep the reds, but it's a question of Gus of whether he'll miss or miss in such a way where he gets another chance.
Yeah. Gus just has to work out these bottom 3 yellows. You know, if he makes some good choices there, it's a good cannon.
Or is it? I think he's got the plan. I think he's okay.
And the plant would make it a lot simpler if he can make it.
You can even play this as a shot to nothing, this plan. Just run the white ball through a bit.
Could be leaving a tricky red to the middle, but
I think if he runs it,
he's likely to pot this.
Gary Proctor, Steve Hale. Table 24, Gary Proctor, Steve Hale.
It's the plan.
Yeah, he's left that one to the middle, but certainly no easy out for reds.
Simon Singleton goes 4-2 up on Alec now.
Table 26, Matt Edwards, Zach Blackford. Table 26.
Got that one.
It's a good solid pot, that.
So now we're just going to be looking at the red lowest on the table. It's going to be the most tricky one to get to.
I don't mind him playing this ball that's just above the black now, just stunning to the left-hand side of the table, just getting on the dodgy red straight away.
They're really close to the cue ball red.
No, the other one, the one that was below, just above the
in
black.
the middle. Yeah, the middle of the 3.
He landed almost identically to where he was.
Minus a ball.
So now he's like, yeah, okay, I'll play this ball now.
Better do it.
Ooh, Rusty Wheeler, 3 all with Dale Kent, and he's still struggling out there, Rusty Wheeler.
Wasn't quite at his best last night in the money matches, Rusty.
No, he was a little average. And as you can see, those scores scrolling across the top there, all thanks to Bullstat. Full force this year.
Very professional.
It's actually really coming along nicely now, all the stuff we've got going. We've got interview boxes now, we've got replays, we've got all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah.
All courtesy of Dan the Man.
Improving every year.
Robbo's giving Adrian Thomas a touch up there, 6-1.
Okay.
So Gus just waiting for Alec to play his shot. He's just in the way at the moment. And I see Gus clearing from here. The trickiest ball really is the one that's next to the black. And if you can get a cannon on this red, just a little tickle on it, you don't want to push it towards the black, but that if he actually could put the white ball exactly where that red is right now, that is actually perfect.
Definitely a few different ways to go, but whatever he chooses.
I want to know what his plan is for this yellow that I've spoken
I think,
about.
does it go straight up into the top right pocket? Maybe you can easily drop on it into there if it does.
You're probably
That's what
right.
he's looking at.
Mate, actually, you know what? It might even go into the right middle. Oh, between those two balls, it might even go in there.
Oh, yeah,
We're going to find out
but
shortly.
That would be a tight cut, wouldn't it?
Well, he's played this in such a way where the obvious shot for me is to actually play for the middle here, because this is not ideal in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, well, he definitely made it tricky.
The only other thing I can think is you screw up the rail a little bit, try and get sort of parallel with this red, so this yellow, it's just above the white now, and then swing the white ball around off 2 rails to the same pocket. Oh, you're not going to get on it better than that.
Nah,
It's a good shot.
very good.
But I'll tell you, if he does deny it, then we know for sure it's not in the middle. But nah, not denying it.
He wants it. He's just got to make sure he doesn't go too far for the other one to hold easily for the black. Probably just
I think
almost a stop shot.
Yeah, straight stop shot.
He's going to have to deal with the red cue over the top of the red. He's not even going to play it.
So maybe
it goes up top right.
He prefers this pocket. Fair enough.
I think that was his original plan, but he landed so well on it before, he had to consider the option.
Yeah, and I think he changed his mind because of the potential hampered queuing. Yeah, and this is probably the better way to go, to be honest.
Just as long as he makes sure he lands where he did, you know, he can go a little too far.
This is looking ominous for Steve early because Gus isn't really doing a lot wrong.
He's making half mistakes. But,
yeah, he's given those little chances, but if Steve's going to get back in this match and assert a little bit of authority himself, he needs to take those little chances that Gus is throwing at him.
Yeah. Well, Gus has to complete a mistake. You know, he's only making he's not landing absolutely where he wants to be, possibly. But he's still doing enough to get the out in the end.
Yeah, the biggest error was that second frame when we left the gap. But then, you know, obviously Steve had a pretty hampered queuing, and it was a tricky ball in the middle.
Yeah, Gus wouldn't be upset with, well, maybe be upset with that, but other than that, he wouldn't be upset with how he's playing.
No, I think he'd be pretty happy at the moment.
Yeah.
He'll be feeling all right that he's left a small little cluster there, at least for something for Steve to deal with, rather than them all being open.
Yeah, that's right. When you're 3-0 down, those clusters look very annoying.
I'm just wondering whether you put the white ball and ball can play it in the middle, the one in the left in the middle, the yellow, and then just go into that little cluster straight away. Just try and hit the right side of the top red, and that way you're guaranteed to be on a ball.
You just don't want to push those two reds close to the yellow that's over the pocket there. Just some water.
Once again, got a good angle here just to float into the right-hand side of this red. I really like this shot.
Just doesn't want to push that. Once you do make a cannon, you don't want to push them onto any other balls, which is what he's done.
You see though, he's hit the left-hand side and not the right-hand side, which means he's not guaranteed a shot. If he hits the right-hand side, you know that you're on the yellow on the right-hand side of the table. Like, you can't not be on it. Yeah. And that is basically the difference between running this rack and losing the frame. It's just little things like that. Little, like, when you see the best players in the world playing these little cannons, it's the ones that get the cannons right all the time, and it's the angle that they hit them on. It's not just making contact, but it's the angle of the contact that's important. It's actually more important than anything if you're developing frames. That's missed by a bit.
It seems like he's probably feeling like he's struggling a bit now.
Yeah, you can get a bit dejected after you've made a couple of mistakes.
Things like that can happen, and then the game never gets easier. Cheers. Now the cluster's Gus's problem. Still got the red and the yellow stuck together there, and have to find a way to deal with that. I don't think that shot's worked out as planned, but he's still got a few options here. Just look to put that red, the cue ball's closest to in or over the pocket.
I've had a few people just messaging me asking me how I went in my match. I can confidently tell you I got spanked. I think I was 7 or 8 nil down and ended up losing about 11-5, 11-6 or something. I just never got going, so yeah, no excuse. I'd rather not post-mortem. I just lost at the end.
Yeah. Still got a chance. I didn't do too well in my match either.
Yeah, it's the first matches are often tricky for a lot of people. Like, you know, you got to settle, and I think the only thing I could be thankful for the most is I didn't have to play at 9 a.m. instead. That would have
It was an early start. It's probably not the time that most players are used to.
No, I didn't get home till 4:30 last night. I drove back to Ballarat, and so I've driven back down again this morning. So didn't get. I think I got about 3 hours sleep.
I think
Which wasn't ideal.
That's probably what some of the best players are very good at, is how to deal with certain situations, and like how to get going. You can't expect to just be at your best bang from the get-go.
Yeah, exactly. I made comment last night, I'd rather this tournament just go 72 hours straight without any breaks, no sleep. I reckon I'd go all right then. Once I go to sleep and get a few hours sleep and wake up, I feel like I'm going to die.
Yeah, I want to know what the trick is to sort of, what should you expect of yourself early in a tournament compared to what you should expect, when you're getting towards the latter stages.
I think it's just a belief thing in your mind. You just tell yourself you're playing well. And it's like, for me personally, it's just all about, if I'm getting through the ball well, if I'm queuing through the ball well, then I'm going to play well. But if I'm just jerky, or I'm struggling a little bit, or I'm just, I'm
unsure.
Or more like I'm just not seeing the potting angle right. Like early on, I struggled with cutting balls thin. I'm hitting them half ball. Like, how the hell do you do that at this level? But
judging pace, obviously.
Well, that's under hit there by Gus. It's not a good shot. And the reason that's not a good shot is he could have come back 3 foot and it would have been good.
But he sort of seemed to slow down through the ball, maybe decelerate a bit there.
Colby's just come over and basically brought me 3/4 of a meal. Absolutely buzzing about that. Colby's had 2 chips and a bite of a palmer and she's full.
Might cause me to be left on my own a little bit. I know. If Gussie can find a way to put a whole lot of left-hand side on this cue ball. I think he hasn't played any left.
How's his result?
Half a result.
Do you think he's on? I don't think he's quite on it.
He's definitely close.
And given the
possibly might have to turn the ball a bit.
Yeah, given the shot that he's got on the other one, it might be worth him just jacking up a touch and just trying to squeeze this in.
Yeah. When you're 3-0 up, you feel a bit more confident with a shot like this.
Oh, Jeremy's just told me
he's on it, sweet. He's got no problem.
Might be doing a Ben Noonan here. He'll just get down and knock it in 1 second flat after he's taken 3 days on it. But, well, he doesn't like it. He's playing this outside ball.
I think he's just going to have to turn a little, or going to have to come up with a pretty special shot on this one.
I don't actually see how we can hold the white or get it on the other ball from this one that he's looking at now. So, having said that, I would rather just try and use a bit of side on this if he's unsure to straighten it up. And if he's get it.
If he's going to play the one close to the black, you're going to see him lift the cue in the air. You would imagine. Taking his time.
That's the danger with that shot. If you miss it, good chance of going off.
Just what Steve needs to get himself into the match.
Yeah, this is
the sort of, if he can't make this, then he'll be feeling like he's struggling.
Yeah, this is a very good chance to at least get a frame on the board and feel a bit better about yourself. But as you said, if he doesn't get his out somehow, he's going to feel terrible for the rest of the match.
Yeah. Probably going to land on the yellow closest to the pocket and just back himself to go 2 close ones to the cushion.
Yeah, I can't see him missing. Like, they're all linking, they're pretty much just shots you've just got to roll in now. So I almost said tap-ins, Robbo style.
Tap-ins, pop-ins.
That's what he called it. I had a match with him a while ago and beat him. And I thought it was a pretty high quality match because no one really missed. And then he said, oh, come on, they're all tap-ins, and he gave me a bit of a serve. So it's been an ongoing joke ever since.
Yeah, right.
That was actually the tournament I played you in the final.
All right.
That was why when we had the interview at the end, I referenced him and said, I hope they weren't all just tapping into that match.
No, that was well worked out. Kept thinking I was getting it to the table, and I never did.
Steve
Has
has
made no mistakes here.
on the board
3-1.
Gus will actually be filthy with himself for that because he knows that he would have been just laying the boots in at 4-0.
Makes this important in Gus's mind. If he gets to 4-1 here, he'll just forget about that. But 3-2, he'll feel like he's got it all to do again.
I must say, I've been sort of sneaking a look at this table in between shots from on the match we've been focusing on. I'm very impressed this time with Singleton. He's a very good player. And I'm sure we've got plenty of people tuned in from New Zealand as well, so hello to all. And I'm sure there's plenty of support for this young man right now. And, well, currently 5-3 up on one of Australia's best ever players. So just shows you there's a bit of talent over in the old NZ.
Yeah. They don't play a lot of the rules in New Zealand, the same rules, do they? Or they have a different version of the game? Or?
Probably more American-based, is it?
I think they definitely have a lot of these style tables.
Well, you're not allowed to snooker.
So you're massive.
Surprised we haven't adapted that.
You're allowed to cover pockets. Yeah, there's so many different rules and so many different versions of 8-ball. Only one version of snooker. Well,
yeah, that's one thing you can't criticise about the game of snooker. The rules have probably rarely changed in 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's many versions of 9-ball or 10-ball or.
I'm not sure if the great Dax Wasley's online. It might be a bit early in the morning for Dax in the old WA, but shoot us a message if you're online, Dax, because I'd like to just to give you a hard time. Should be over here playing. It's the only chance out of winning a match. I would have loved to have interviewed him as well. Oh, it's a bad miss there.
Simon needs to come up with a pretty special shot here if he wants to go with these yellows.
Good shot.
Triple.
That is creative. Great effort. Get.
Massive try.
Now, Gus has missed a pretty easy ball. But look where he's landed. He's not really left an easiest. Oh no, sorry, it's open table. It's not too bad. Just punch this yellow and just kick the red out of the way. Try and push to the bottom rail.
Well, tied up the yellow a little bit more there.
Yeah, I think I would have punched into that rather than screwed off it a little bit. Just trying to straighten it up to the bottom rail. Just get it right out of the way. Get out of play. Now he has an angle here. Screw into it.
Or land dead straight on it into the middle and drop it in real quietly.
It's a good shot.
He's played it well.
Might not be on it actually.
If he's on it, he's wow. A bit unlucky if he's not on that one.
It's hard to tell if he can pot it. But I reckon he's actually
doesn't look overly happy.
Yeah, he's a fairly fast player actually. So I reckon if he was on it, he'd already been down on it.
Yeah. Got a half opportunity to go towards it again. Got the one up the top of the screen there.
Yeah, you know what? He might not have a lot of choice but to play for it again. Just looking in this bottom right corner.
Yeah, he's looking at. Wow. Difference between it being easy and so difficult.
Oh no,
just a couple millimetres. And he's digging himself a hole now.
He's just got into the white too much.
Gus has breathed a sigh of relief.
So it's not total. You can see this bottom right yellow of the three. But
and if he can, there's a good chance he can pot that. It's close. Looks like he can hit it, but he doesn't want to.
Oh, he must have been totaled. We'll find out in a sec. No foul call. Nah, all good. Wasn't total.
Like it. Yeah. Gus looking just to lay up on this one.
Play the drop snooker. He says, no, I'm going to pot out.
Doesn't want that in the pocket. Nope. Made life difficult. Steve.
Yeah, once again, a very mature shot from Gus.
It's important to get that one over the pocket. It looks like he's got a half a chance of going cushion first with the cue ball and putting this one in the middle, but then he's going to have a tough job after that, even if he gets it.
Now, I don't know if anyone saw Alec just miss that red. He played it with a fair bit of power to force it out, but one thing I did notice, his action is quite jerky, which is not Alec in his prime, let's say.
Not like him. He's gone the kick shot. He's got it. Just.
In fact, I don't know how old Alec is now, but he's got to be pushing mid to high 50s, doesn't he? He's been around a long time.
I'm a pretty bad judge when it comes to
and he doesn't
age.
even bother playing masters like everyone else. He just makes open sides whenever he feels like it. Just shows the class of the man, really.
Simon's got back to the table here and looking to go game.
Yeah, he will go 6-3 for sure. Yeah, I really rate this bloke. I think he's going to do some damage in this tournament.
A lot of first timers in the big guns this year that are, capable.
As I say that, I've put the moz on him.
Commentators curse.
But this is a tough shot as well for Alec to have to play.
Yeah, tough one.
But these are the ones you have to, if you're going to win this tournament and you get given these sort of half chances like this, you have to make them.
It almost counts as 2 frames if he can make a shot like this.
The worst part about this is he kind of has to dead weight it because you don't want the white ball going high. So he kind of has to drop it in.
The good news is he'll be on the black if he does that.
Dropping this in dead weight is so much harder than actually giving it a little bit. Geez, that's
Very,
just dropped.
very
It's
good.
caught the rail on the way through.
Yeah, at that pace, there's a chance.
He'll take it. And meanwhile,
I think Gus is looking good.
yeah, surely Gus will play the bottom ball and just run through a little bit, give himself an angle just to get a bit closer to his final red, and then pretty obviously elementary position on the black.
Yeah, he'd like the cue ball to be over to the left just a little. But he's still.
He's going to screw back, is he?
Yeah, it looks like he's happy just to leave the cue ball about where the red is. Huh?
Totally fine. I don't know, I'd just rather have the angle going a bit closer.
Just wants to be certain to have the angle. He looks like he's going to roll through, avoid queuing over that yellow with his hand.
Yeah, he wants no hammer killing. He wants it all to be nice and smooth. Jesus. Oh, I don't know about that. Unnecessary, Mike. But that all comes down to the shot beforehand where he created that angle for himself.
Yeah, I thought he would have. Well, you said he should have rolled down a bit, but.
And now this is potentially chop-upable, if that's such a thing.
You could almost just screw straight across and play the black in the opposite, in the middle closest to the cue ball. Yeah.
But the best single ball botter in Victoria says, "Shut up, Stevens, you're an idiot. I'll just land fat on this for the corner even though I played for the middle."
As long as he doesn't sit on the black, I suppose he's always going to be on it somewhere, isn't he?
And he even plays the white ball at the bottom half for a bit of additional shot to nothing safety.
Yeah.
Just to layer up for the crowd.
So he can pick it up for when it's his break in a couple of minutes' time.
Alec. (5-4). I'm just going to let Steve just do all the talking for a bit. I'm going to just smash the food down real fast. I'll be back shortly.
Alec with a decent chance after he's just been given a lifeline in the previous frame. Still a bit of work to do, but probably feels like he can make these. especially now.
Table 9, Tony Hodges, Steve Thomas. Table 9.
That's me. I'm up. So I'm going to have to leave you guys as well. Hopefully I can win a match today. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. I don't know if I turned it off. Push that red button.
patience, ladies and gentlemen. Both frames just underway. 5-1 to Gus, extended the lead. And I'm telling you now, this Simon Singleton, whether he wins or loses this match, I'm impressed with him. Would like to have, by means not counting him out of this match just yet, it's still early days, but would like to have seen Steve Daw play someone of a little less calibre, just to see him free up a bit. Just to me at the moment, looks like he's probably starting to make a few mistakes that, you know, are caused due to his opponent sort of punishing more than what's maybe some of a less calibre player would do. He's definitely not slow, he gets on with it. It's a good little coverage shot there, but may have left a gap for the yellow that's below the black inside that red. Gus is just scoping that out now. Might be playing at this shot, I don't think. It's the angles. It's a nasty angle to play a shot into a half pocket where you've got to be so accurate, but well, how wrong am I? I love it when Gus proves me wrong. Jeez, he's just belted that in, but he's lost the wide a touch. Actually, as it stands, it's probably not the greatest shot in the world because of the white. Rusty 9-5 over Dale Kenny has indeed, and Scary's given Pike a bit of a touch up there, 8-2. Good shot there as well from Steve. Good pace and puts Gus in a bit more trouble again. I wouldn't be surprised if Gus pots this with the yellow. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's just basically saying, I'll have none of that shenanigans, Steve. You can be the one that is under the pump again. And as you can see there, Steve is sporting the newly introduced this year Big Guns t-shirts. Plenty of people around the room wearing them. I'll whack mine on tomorrow for commentary. Had the CueballTV on one on Thursday night for our exhibition match that we had with Jake and Mick. And Steve just says, no, Gus, no. You can not have control of that pocket and have 2 shots back. I like it. It's a difficult out, this, and it forces Gus's hand a little. You can just see that Gus is going to play this yellow into the pack and just play for a little mini result. It'll be difficult to judge exactly where all the balls will go, but as long as he can get some separation and be on another ball, he'll be a chance. So there he goes. He goes in. Well, he went into 1, and that might be enough, you know. But he's just the white ball's he's just lost it the white a little bit. Probably wanted to be more in the open. And he just says, no, Steve, I want this pocket. I'm going to take it back. And I don't see Steve potting the yellow this time.
Table 18, Peter 9, Reese Welch. Table 18, Peter 9, Reese Welch.
I had a message from Craig Sims earlier asking how Zach was going. You can actually just see on the top of the screen there, he's trailing 2-0 early on in the match. Now this game's just got really ugly. There are balls sort of obstructing other balls all over the place now. I'm not sure if this yellow goes clean in the top right-hand corner or not. Gus is playing the containing shot. I think that yellow goes. Yep, that yellow does go. But it's obviously all about Gus getting onto these two where the cluster is. And I think it's not too bad because the one on the left-hand side may pass the bottom left. I'm going to check it now. No, it doesn't quite pass. So otherwise I thought Gus may have committed because if he can get pretty straight on that yellow, he can just stun it. And then obviously the yellow to the right of it just goes in the bottom right. But new formulated plan required. I like the shot Steve's played there. He's kind of restricted Gus's options, but wow, I didn't see that coming. That's actually a bad shot from Gus because he should have read that. He should have read that. Should have seen the possibility of that happening. Focused more on just killing the red across the table and forgot about what the black might be doing. So let off for Steve. And Alec looking to peg one back. I'll tell you what, this table is slow compared to the other ones. They just stopped. Wow, and just that slightly more difficult pot has created the error when realistically he probably should have been up the table another sort of half a foot, maybe a foot. You would never have seen him miss that ball then. And I really do think Alec hit it okay. I think the table speed's got him undone, but they've already played 10 frames on it, so should have adapted by now. Very tight snooker there from Simon, and Alec in a lot of trouble this frame now. Meanwhile, no surprises to see Steve not taking a long time and getting on with it. Has pulled up pretty short though on that first pot in the middle. Wow. Amazing how many times you try and get out of a snooker, whether you hit your ball, miss your ball, or you pot one of your opponent's balls or you dump the wide in. Crazy how often that happens. Steve's just gone for a layup there, but he's left the door open for Gus. And Gus has a really simple starter to the middle and an excellent chance to finish his frame too at this visit. Great shot there from Simon Singleton on the other table. Just focus on Gus's out here. Wants to get rid of this ball at the top. The cueing was awkward. It looks to be negotiated okay. Played it well. Good power, good cueing. And now it's really all about these two balls down the bottom here. I think if you can actually get onto the bottom cushion, or just off the bottom cushion, sorry, you can play the plant. It's slightly off straight, but you can make it dead straight by using the red. But you'll have the backup ball in the middle. That's just sort of below the black spot on that you can actually see the dot on the table there. Pink spot for you snooker players out there. And really the only thing to, wow, can't believe he's missed. He's just tried to drag that. I actually thought he had, I don't know why I thought he had two shots there either, but a surprising miss from Gus. And this shot really surprises me. I would not actually play that shot. I would shut the door on those two yellows. But hasn't left Gus a hell of a lot. But if Gus just touches this red, just runs up to it and just taps it, leaves the white ball in its place, well, he's taken the pot on aggressively. I feel that was basically a lack in judgment there. It was semi-suicidal, really, that shot. And now Steve with an opportunity to clench the frame, but hasn't gone for it. He's actually deliberately gone for the lockdown shot. just thinking of Gus's options here. He's not got a lot on offer. I'm actually just wondering whether it's worth his effort having a crack at that back double up the top corner. It's pretty low percentage. Kicks the other yellow out, but you're just basically leaving an out on. Who's 10 all? Okay, we've got a mobile thing going on now where we can stream 10 all matches. Still not sure what Gus's plan is here for these two dodgy. He's basically just eliminating all his potable balls, and he's got still in this awkward position. Unless this goes underneath the red. Well, it didn't. He's just playing cover-ups. And Alec has actually got away with murder that last frame. He missed that black that you would expect him to get, and he's got a second bite at it. Big difference, 6-5 to 7-4. This could be our first sort of semi-drawn out frame. Just depends on, as we've seen, that Steve's relatively aggressive, although he has created this lockdown frame by putting the ball over the hole and then Gus being forced to smother it. But it'll be interesting to see if he actually tries to then barrage his way into a frame winning position with some kind of aggressive shot. Surely just plays the bottom ball on the cushion here on the right side of the table and just puts it over the pocket. I don't think Gus would have a lot on offer. Maybe he could actually use the yellow though to cover the other red and really smother it. Misses the pot.
It would surprise me. What's your missus say? Did you tell her?
I don't mind.
That's what happens when you strip off in public, mate.
I don't mind Gus playing this yellow into the bottom cushion, the one that's on the right side, and then cannoning the other one that's in the middle of the three across the side cushion and just blocking both these reds. You could just cut it thin across there as well, but I just like to bring that ball off the cushion into play as well. Wow, that's a bad shot from Gus. Misjudged. Steve with a big chance here, 5-3 to lock to close this after a potted black out of turn from Gus. Now Steve can take this frame. So Lee Rainan and Paul Phillips are 10 all, and Dan's going to go and take a mobile over. You can see it in the middle of your screen there. He's taking a few pictures of the crowd as he walks by. So if you want to see that 10 all frame, Dan's got the remote, the mobile phone going. A 10 all match. Paul Phillips and Lee Rainan. There you go. Dan's managed to get himself in a position where you can see what's going on. Mark Robertson's just joined me in the commentary box, but I'm not sure if he wants to put the mic on or not. That's not the one. You played yet? So we've got plenty going on now. Dan's got a pretty steady hand actually. He's not using the tripod or the 25 phone books stacked on top of one another. Welcome Mark Robertson to commentary.
Cheers, Jamie Solid Stevens. What's going on here?
Well, we've got Steve Daw, who you probably haven't seen yourself, playing Gus.
Oh, England.
Yeah,
Does that mean he's automatically good?
well, Gus has controlled this match fairly comfortably, although he popped the black out of turn last frame and he's allowed himself to get completely locked down this frame. And I think if Steve gets to 5-3, he'll actually be pretty wrapped with the result because he definitely hasn't been the more dominant player this match. But I'll tell you who I am impressed with, Robbo, and that's Simon Singleton from New Zealand.
What's going on there?
Very good
6-5
player.
up on Alec.
Strong player. In fact, probably he just missed an opportunity to go 7-4 up before. A big turning point potentially. And as I say that, I give him a wrap. He just misses the ball by 4 foot.
First shot I've seen him play, so probably a little bit unlucky timing, but do you think potentially sometimes when some guys get ahead 6-5 and then they see a good chance like that to go 7-5, they actually start to get a bit nervous?
Possibly. I mean, I don't know what his tournament background is or anything like that. There's just so much going on right now. We've got 3 tables going on. I don't know where to look.
Have you played?
I have, and we will not discuss it.
Just one question. Did you get the W?
No.
Okay. End of said discussion. He's underhit that.
I'm actually wondering what his next shot was if it went in.
I don't think he was trying to pot it.
I don't either. And this I don't see how Gus can actually win this frame either. But he's got to smother again. It's a good shot. Very good shot.
He can definitely win it.
Yeah, he can win it if his opponent allows him to. That's all I look at these frames.
Reds will have to make a lot of tactically very poor decisions to lose the frame from there.
Although it's quite interesting because the way Gus has put those yellows, they both kick out. And
Actually, yeah.
I think he's just going to play this yellow across the pocket, which in my eyes is a big error because it'll actually allow Steve to push this yellow to the bottom closer, bottom pushing closer, and then the double kick out will not be on.
I'll be jacking up with bottom left, hitting this yellow out in the open half ball on the top side, and bringing the white up to the top left corner pocket. So basically, Steve can't play any of those boober shots that you're talking about.
Well, Gus is actually going to push it in closer for him.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's got a plan, but I disagree with that.
I think that's actually the best way to lose the frame.
Yeah, because he's Steve could have potentially been under the pump there, but there's no pressure now. Someone's coming to talk to you.
Okay, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, Gus is in pain. He's in pain now.
Okay, see this shot here, right? Face value, no damage. But pick the best spot on the table to leave that white. I don't reckon that's it.
Yeah, you might as, if you are going to play that shot, you might as well put it in obviously a much better position.
I like to play them off the side rail and then into the back rail. It's much easier to get it hard up on the back rail if you use the side cushion first.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, use the cushion to control the speed.
I just don't see how Gus can win this frame. Once he buried that yellow in there, he just put himself in a world of hurt.
You know, one... no, doesn't work. Forget it.
He's actually got to start pushing him even closer now, in such a way where he might be able to just sneak the yellow in front of the other red and leave it touching the red.
Yeah, somehow squeeze it around or something.
Well, he's thinking of smashing this.
No shot.
Suicide.
Is it Gus? Maybe just try and get a little bit of coverage on the black. Just give yourself some sort of option for your next shot.
And to me, I'm just basically hitting the yellow into the white into the yellow, leaving yourself Chinese snooker, and I just pushing the black
sending the black up the top left.
Yep. Don't allow the black to come into play.
Yep. Tell you what, Jamie, I'm tired.
The only other thing I can think of Gus could possibly try and do, that was risky, is to try and get himself in a way where he can trick his opponent and give him a foul snooker.
He's got... But I'm trying to think of some way Gus can use one shot to tie up the black and then do a deliberate foul.
I think you've got to play the black now, don't you?
And just leave it as awkward as possible. Like, he might be able to try and tie up the black this shot, which would be hard, but if you manage to, Then you play this bottom yellow closest to the pocket, play the deliberate foul and push the red that's on the outside of the pocket sort of into the cushion.
Do you not play the black now? It's your best chance. Just get it down there. And yes, you give him a foul suiker, he's got to belt it.
Funny things can happen, yeah. If I was Gus right now, I'd be going for that 10 or 20%. Just, who knows, he may give it the chop chop. I don't even give that shot at all.
Gus has got to try and kill the black here with the yellow. No, it doesn't do it.
Sending the yellow over that side of the table, very unlikely for it to come into play.
Surely he's not looking at the black and pushing it down here. That would be the only way that he could get himself in trouble this frame. He's got to look at eliminating Gus's ball, surely.
Yeah, if you can pot it without leaving the foul snooker, you just do that.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, that'll be all right.
Yeah, that's definitely fine. So now we're going to see... I can't see a shot that Gus can play here to win the frame from this visit. Maybe he gets him in there even deeper and puts himself in a bigger hole. But the only way Gus can win this is if when Steve commits, he chops up. And there's the foul. Well, could have been 10 times worse, but it's going to be a foul snooker, as Steve can do.
Pot the yellow over the pocket and just screw into the other yellow.
It looks on, doesn't it? Yes, it looks very on.
Just don't, you basically, these situations, don't be cute.
Yeah, just get that yellow
Pot the
right
yellow
out of there.
and just clear them. Use your 2 shots.
I think he's actually going to play the top one and play the plant. Surely not.
That's, well, maybe the plant's really easy.
No, he's playing the bottom one.
Okay.
No stress though. Little flick off and it's still a really simple clearance.
A few of these boys in the early round that I haven't heard of actually seem pretty handy players, you know.
And I didn't even see who won that frame in the end.
What? Why? What was going on?
I didn't notice. So, people at home that were watching the 10-all result, they'll see who won. I didn't take it in because I was so busy focusing on that frame.
It's a 10-all, was it?
Oh, Lee will be filthy. Alec is covered up. But I don't think it's going to help him much because that yellow is just going to get kicked straight out.
Yep, just hit it out.
Back cushion, 3/4 ball, bring it to the centre of the table.
Basically, just make sure you don't go in off the left middle. It's a low percent, but
that's
does
perfect.
happen.
Centre of the table. Yep.
If I'm Alec here, I'm very tempted to send that black down to my 2 reds in the bottom right.
I don't even see another shot. I do not see another shot other than that.
It's your only chance, I think. Forcing yellows to have a go, 50-50 at best. If you get that black nice and deep, which you actually can, you go cushion first.
Yep.
Even with 2 shots, that might actually be hard to get out. And yellows still have a dodgy yellow on the left cushion. Definitely the shot. I'll be surprised if he doesn't play this.
The response in that shot, though, is if he does get it really tight in there, Alex is just going to pop the red over the hole with the black and then leave the black over the hole. You know
Better than where you are now.
But I feel he doesn't have a lot of choice. He has to play it.
Does he want to get on the other side of the black so if he plays it, the white floats to the cushion? It's pretty much... That's absolutely perfect for the shot I'm talking about. Now if he plays the black down to the reds, the white sits on the right-hand cushion. I think he's got something else in mind, though. I don't know what, though.
No, me either. He's only got 1 shot. Unless this ball doubles past the other one. No, it definitely doesn't.
It just goes well. You just send the black down. I don't know what's going on here.
Just going to cover up. You know what I think he's doing? I think he's got that shot. Wow.
I don't like that at all.
I don't know if I agree with that shot.
I don't like that at all. Maybe if the guy's yellow that's in the middle of the table wasn't in the middle of the table, but all he's got to do is just clear this yellow.
Do you think maybe he was trying to get the white ball in a line so
Possibly.
he couldn't hit the one on the left-hand side
Yeah,
first?
that'd be a decent shot if he got the white right there. I just like to choose options that you don't have to execute well and they're still effective. Especially 6-5 down.
Yeah, well, that's right. I guess he's just maybe he's seen a chink in the armour in the last couple of frames and decided to put him under pressure.
I mean, it's still not a bad shot like this. This is still tricky, but
He's played that. Oh, has he? Yeah, he's okay. Played it well. He's gonna need good queuing on his final yellow because the white ball's moving down the table. He's gonna have long range. And he's gonna have to screw back. So we're gonna need to see some good queuing here.
just don't land a fraction to the left side of the yellow. That's exactly.
I think he's
got to play
okay.
with top now, does he?
No, I think he's okay. I think he's straight enough he can screw back.
What I don't like about it is it's in your mind about I got to hit it like really crisp.
Yeah, this is a good test of queuing this. Wow, I actually didn't hit it that bad.
He struck that really well. If that went in, like if the yellow went in, we'd be applauding that shot. He's actually hit that. He's actually hit that pretty crisp.
Yeah, he did. He did it quite.
It just didn't.
But he's probably, you're right in what you're saying though, where he's hit it dead straight.
Yep.
Instead of that slight angle that was required.
Yeah, when I'm dropping in that second last yellow, I'm basically finding the spot on the table where I just do not want it, and I'm just playing all attempts not to put it there. And that was the exact spot. And Alec has mopped up balls like this probably about 100,000 times. Actually, probably a lot more than that.
Yeah,
This won't be a problem for him.
As long as he gets this plant fairly straight. Oh, that was the danger in it. It's just hitting it slightly high. Yeah. He may have to actually just drop one with this now.
It's very easy from here, and I know I make silly mistakes like that too, but it's funny when you are watching, you think, why are guys choosing the only way to go about things that it can go wrong? I know I do it too, but it's just funny when you're on the when you're on the outside, it just baffles you. Black to the same pocket? Or is it super thin, black to the middle?
Oh, he's gone in off.
Wow.
It's not a good shot from Alec.
Wow.
Jeez.
You know, if Alec is 11 frames, if Alec is 7-4 up, he wins, he makes the out. 6-5 down, on the camera table. First round. I was about to emphasize how much you don't want to lose first round. Apparently we're not talking about that, Jamie Stevens.
No, I'm fine talking about that particular aspect of winning a tournament. Just don't want to talk about my match.
7-5 to Simon, and how do we update the scores here, Jamie?
Dan's got it.
7-5 to Simon, and Steve is, I think, 5-3.
I think that sort of counteracts the frame that happened last frame because Simon probably should have won that and he's gifted it to Alec, so...
All right, balanced. Sure, there's still no comfort to Alec.
And meanwhile, we've forgotten all about Steve and Gus over here, who I wanted to focus on mostly purely because I want to do a post-match interview after our pre-match interview. And you might get a bit of an interview, Guernsey, later on, Robbo. We've got our little setup over there.
Oh, yes, very nice over there. Asked me a whole heap of questions about Neil.
I wasn't going to, but now I might.
Nah, that's fine.
That actually would make for a funny interview.
That's all right. What we should do, you should ask me questions about Neil. Just ask me questions about him, and I'll just pretend to be him. I'll try and answer them the way he would.
I'll get to bring up League of Legends as well. Already.
Yep. If you support, don't let your AD carry die.
Mate,
Jamie Stevens.
Let's not talk about that.
All right, well, Gussie's in full control here. You just cannot lose these frames, especially if that black's covered, just in case he jags coming out of here and knocks a ball in or something.
Yeah, it might go, you know. Ooh, if he does get the fluke. But he's missed entirely.
Cushions have slid there.
Might have even left a foul snooker,
Probably
you know.
foul snooker.
Gus just says it, blurts it out straight away.
Kaboom.
Wow, Justice Sage give Daniel Banfield from Northern Territory an absolute touch up there, 9-1 up. And the next name, Stevie Dempsey. If you didn't know who he was, you would have seen last night he punished McCartney. He's 6-2 up on Jono Jenkins, who I actually don't know who that is.
Well, he's doing about as good as Jake, so. This house here, sort of, do you sacrifice your one, or do you try and make an opening pot?
I didn't mind the first shot he just looked at there was the plan, but I would have had a bit of angle on it. Jesus Christ, he's missed that by a mile.
I don't really like that shot.
Is that because he missed?
Well, he's floated down the table, so even if you hit it perfect, you can just, if it rolls a centimetre either way, that's going to happen. So I just don't really like it. Like, you're choosing that option to keep your 2 to try and make it easier, but in fact that shot is harder to play than just freeing up the red that's close to the black.
I like that shot he's just played because he just made a giant pocket for the ball down the rail. I would have thought that he'd just pot this ball on the right-hand side, stun up and get fairly straight on that other one, and then pot that, play the ball down the rail with some right-hand side just to come back out, clear the black, get centre table. That way, even if you nudge the red a little bit, you're going to be on it.
Yeah.
But you're reading it a different way, I've got a feeling by looking at your face.
No, I'm on 2 hours sleep, so I'd probably agree with you. I was desperately looking to find the best way, and that's probably the best way.
The only thing that can really go badly is if when you do play the shot, if you do catch the red, that you put it hard up on the bottom rail.
Yeah. Yeah, you're better off deliberately missing this and hitting the red hard ball.
But you've got to play this with some right hand side and clear the black. So I didn't like that because he's gone in the black, got no shot now. That's why you had to clear the black. But Gus will play the backup shot now and get the white ball hard up on the black now off the little kick off the red. Promotion / snooker. But still, can't play these shots if you're going to win the tournament. I know it's a bit critical early, but
well, he's
okay.
It's more from that marathon sort of point of view. You want to be closing out frames quickly when you should be, so you're not wasting the energy and getting super stressed over matches early.
Well, I helped my opponent close their match out early, Robbo, so I'm sure he's feeling sensational about not using much energy.
Well, it's not like you to actually make it easy for your opponent. So.
Yeah, I can't even explain the off day today. It's just one of those things. It's
is he aiming too high here? Is that going to slide again?
He's got a good result, has he? No.
Is that yellow coming over? Where is he?
Oh, he's put the hand up.
The hand's got
oh, he has got the snooker.
This is all 100% Gussie's fault.
Oh, absolutely. It's because he didn't get the
Gussie's
out.
fault. That is Gus. That's a little wake-up call that he needs.
Actually, mate, like I said, it's 5-3. If Steve gets back to 5-4, whether he's got a lucky result here or not, he's just buzzing about it. Gus has got to be thinking, why aren't I like 6-2 up or 6-1 up on you?
If you're not confident of getting out of this without fouling, I'd be tempted to kill a red to a side cushion or something like that if the black doesn't go under the red sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't mind pushing the...
Maybe like sort of really thin nick this yellow he's closest to now and bring the white just past the black and leave the white on the cushion.
That's exactly what he's done, but
he's... Yeah, that's pretty good. Smart shot there. Sometimes you can't always play the big shots. Make your opponents work for the frames.
And
he is a I don't know what odds. I think 50-50 at best to pot out from here.
Well, it's all about getting the right angle on the last ball, which is why I play the ball near the cushion first. Like I just play it down the corner pocket. Jeez, I tell you what, he's almost doubled that. And this is what I'm talking about. It's all about the angle now on this ball in the middle, or whether he chooses to pot the ball in the middle and then come back and swing around off 2 rails.
Pretty sure he's laying a snooker.
I reckon he's going to lay a snooker. I don't think I think Ranga snooker's a bad shot because that across table is heaps gettable. Oh, actually, no, he's put the white ball in a good spot.
Problem is, even if Gussie fouls here, it's not the end of the world. You basically just don't want to promote the black. So if I'm having a go here, I'd be tempted maybe to, the yellow's in the way. I was going to say come off 2, top cushion first to just take the black out of the equation, but he's basically playing the same shot.
What's he doing?
Same shot, leaving the white on the cushion.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't reckon it's that hard to get that white ball in that bottom section of the table. But
not easy.
I'm sitting here saying it.
It's not easy. Definitely not easy. He might actually be long doubling this down. Definitely the correct shot there was to long double it down towards the red.
I don't mind where he's landed, actually. Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that was actually a good
How did we not think of that? That was such an obvious shot.
That was actually a really good option. I'll put my hand up and say commentators blunder.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw across your screen there, Mick Hill's made his debut match. He's 10-1 up.
10-1 up.
Good shot there from Gus, although I don't think he's covered the black, has he? So maybe it isn't any good. Had to cover the black in his bottom left pocket where the yellow's sitting. If he hasn't. Tap-ins, Robbo.
Tap-ins, yeah.
Oh. Tapped into the car park.
Oh. That hurt. Oh, it took so long. Hang on, just watching the end of this Gussie frame. Then Devlin's going to jump on the mic. Then Devlin's going to jump on the mic. Learn a thing or two.
Does this black go, Robbo? He's played it like it does.
I highly doubt
we've
he'll
been
play
told
like
it
that
does.
if it doesn't go. He knows what he's doing, this guy.
5-4 he's going to be, and I'm telling you now, he's
5-4, and Alec 7-5 down.
Should be 6-2 right now, Gus.
Cheers for the brief commentary, Jamie. I'm going to head off now and pass it to Devlin Prager.
So Devlin's just miking up, going to join us in commentary. He is an up-and-coming junior in Victoria. We have a few of them. Good, mate. Well, how old are you now, Dev? 15, and you've got 15-year-old stuck in the body of a 28-year-old. And you played your first match? And won or lost? Against who? Okay, yep. I got beat by Rod Bowen, fairly convincingly. 11-5, I think it was in the end. I was like 8-0 down at one point. Just, I never got going. But that's pull. No, no idea. Didn't even bother looking. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm just taking each match and frame as it comes now. Once you get to the loser side early, which is actually, I've never got to the loser side early. I've always made the last sort of 16 or 8 in the winner's side and then headed over the loser side after that. So I've never had to take the long road. So it'll be fun. Yeah, I've never made the quarters though outright after the double elimination. So I always finish in the top 12 to 16 bracket. Yeah, look, I've had a couple of decent years. This year, though, it's just like I said, it's just a case of not dedicating the time that's required to do well in these tournaments, and so you get what you put in. It's a good shot that from Gus, I think. Actually, probably would have liked to have been a bit straighter because initially I thought he might have to do some special stuff, but it all looks pretty on, doesn't it? Just wondering if this bottom of the 3 on the left-hand side goes in the middle or not. Because you're definitely not going to be potting this ball in the centre of the 3 into the left centre, because the white ball's just, it's going to go very close to red over the pocket. Wonder if you can flick the one that's over the pocket off the red, or flick it super thin, miss the yellow that's in the middle of the 3, and then go over the left-hand side of the table for that ball on the bottom cushion. Well, I just don't know how thin this is. It looks pretty thin. But he might be able to use the black to hold too. Actually, I think he's going past the black. I think the angle is horrible. He's playing the shot I sort of said last. Good player though. I didn't actually see the shot, but yeah. Yeah, and then you've got the plant to stun up. Looks to me now like he's going to be getting on that ball last, because I think he'll pot this one and come off 2 and just try and leave himself a 45-degree cut into the middle and then just head up for that last ball. I really want to use the word float there, but I'm just giving it a day's break. Well, you could just do that. Oh, look at this result. Oh, he's picked the gap. Yeah, I don't think he'd be super upset. I think he would have liked to have potted. Depending if he's on the out from that shot. Might not though. It's actually quite strange. His frame's turned, well, the match has turned a little ugly, whereas, you know, some outs are getting missed and it's creating, you know, balls in the pockets and clustered situations. And at the moment, Gus is coming off second best in these frames. Yeah, he's given some chances. Like early on, he looked really solid and he was playing quite well. Dev's been talking this whole time, folks, but he's been on mute, so now you can hear him. Welcome, Dev.
Hello again. Oh, good.
Does this back double? Geez, it looks close to...
I wouldn't... I don't know why you take it.
Well,
He's only got one shot. I don't know why you take it on.
Maybe it feels like it's the only way you can win the frame. But you're right.
I'd still rather just tighten him up a bit and not... It's pretty crazy to go for when you're 5-4 down.
He's taking it on and he will now lose the frame. You're right, though. That is suicide. Look, you look like a champion.
If he makes it, well, good on him, but it's a very risky shot to go for.
No, it was suicide. You're going to get that, miss that more times than you're going to get it.
Especially on these tables, they're hard to pot doubles into the corners.
Well, Gus has actually not landed well off this. He's going to have to play the outside ball first and negotiate the up and down pace.
I'm pretty sure he could just stun it in, come across, run into the red.
You reckon he can jack up and pull the white out? He's not agreeing because he's going to play the other one. You might switch to your shot in a sec if he likes it. I like the outside one and going up and down, but now he's switched to your shot. No, doesn't know what he's doing. A robbo. He's down, up, down, up. I like the up and down off the outside ball. It's much easier to control. You're jacking up. If the white ball just jumps a little bit.
I feel like jacking up's easier because you can run straight into the red.
Or
you can just do that.
Well, he's judged that really nicely. So black ball, bottom right. Play this shot off the top cushion.
Top left.
Pretty plain ball.
Plain.
Go in the middle, I think. In the middle, ball off the top rail. And bottom right pocket. As you look at the screen.
Yep.
That is in.
Good confident pot.
Gus will actually feel a bit better about that because if they had got a 5-all, he might have just allowed his
under
head
the
to
pump a
take
bit.
over a little bit, yeah.
No, he didn't play.
Simon Singleton 8-5 up on Alec.
Alec seems to be struggling. This doesn't seem to be having a good match.
Yeah, look, I think it's his first match for the day as well. He probably had a bye first round. Oh, look at this. That's a sign of someone that's not in full control of what's going on. Hasn't played that well at all. And this break.
Horrible
Who
lead.
broke this?
Steve broke it.
This is just one of those frames that you just want to re-rack and start again. Especially the commentator. Like, there's just not even much to talk about this frame.
A lot of the frames have resulted in whoever gets coverage of the bottom left pocket so far.
Yeah, you're right. So I think the best thing is to pot this and then just put this ball down the bottom left pocket. That's exactly what he's on now.
Not the greatest position.
I actually wouldn't be playing this. I would much rather just get the dead ball off the row on the left hand side. You don't really leave anything on.
He's left enough room to get that ready.
Do you get it out or do you just pot it?
Let's just pot.
I like that shot. And honestly, if he goes out from here, I'll eat every one of the reds that are left on the table right now. Give me salt, give me pepper, I'll pour it on. It's not happening. Oh geez, that's not the start I was looking for eating these balls. I did not expect him to pot
I
that.
still don't see him finishing.
Good shot.
It's a good shot.
In fact, I've actually said that a few times in the past and then made that out. We have discovered I can't fit a red ball in my mouth. JR can though. Here's a chance.
There's always a risk of that yellow going in from that shot. And he's probably got the worst result he can get from it.
Do you reckon the double's on?
No, you can pop this one, the red next to the black, and run through the black a bit and cut this one under, or cover up.
Yeah, I don't think he'd want him potting it. I think the proper ball's obviously on the left-hand side, but
Yeah,
I just wonder if it doubles between the two yellows.
we'll find out now. It looks like it from here.
It's hard to tell.
He's just going to play the cover.
That's in.
That is worst case scenario.
He's got a good white if he had got the ball over the hole, but I don't know how he recovers here. To me, it looks like he can play through between the gap of the two yellows and smash it, just try and get a result. I don't see anything
I was
else.
thinking you could a lot of top right hand side, just past the black spot, and try and kick it. Hope something goes good.
End of the day, you have to hit this. You've got to hit it. I don't even know if he can hit
Unless
it
he
direct.
pots it, Gus should be winning the frame.
Yeah, Gus will be feeling good about this position right now. No doubt about that. In fact, I don't like the shot. You can't leave the red there. It's dead as a doornail.
I'd even prefer, instead of that, I'd even prefer knocking the yellow that's closest to the red straight into the red.
Yeah.
Leaving the yellow dead and have the red come off 2 rails over towards the black. Now you're just hoping that Gus makes 2 mistakes from here. You'd favour him to clear 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any problems there, and there's no pressure on him because the red's still dead.
Yeah.
Whereas if he made contact with it, put Gus on one shot, he may still make the clearance, but it might have been a bit harder. And you might have fluked the red. You might as well give yourself a chance rather than just saying, here, have a frame. Alec taking that ball down the rail. Oh, he's missed that by a mile.
He's missed a few of those. Yeah.
At what point, though, if you're missing them a few times, do you say, okay, I'm just going to play this down the rail, dead weight, and if I need to pull the wide out, I'll just use a touch of right-hand side on it, just to hold the wide out. And then if I do happen to miss it, it's going to be over the hole. At what point do you say, let's just pull up a bit and play that way instead, since I'm trying to punch him and they're not going?
I think Alec won't be thinking like he's going to miss. He just wants to play and have a nice position.
He could be even trying to get going. A lot of
Not a good shot to push his red on the rail.
A lot of top players will try and make a big pot to get themselves going. The problem with that, though, is if you don't get them, you just keep doing it. It's only 8-5
I think
now.
you don't really want to make a big shot, but more just win more than, like, let's say 2 frames on the trot. You're starting to feel a bit better about yourself.
Straight. He's got away with that.
That's the best position you can hope for.
He's got away with that. I don't think he's played for the bottom rail there like that.
Yellow down for Gus.
Oh, wow. She didn't cue that well. He sort of dropped his whole shoulder.
Trying to force it to get down on the block.
Yeah.
I don't see why he wouldn't just play it nice, top right, play straight through it, come off a rail, leave yourself the black to the bottom right.
I'd just probably stun that in off the side rail. Yeah, I think I would. I think he had the angle there to just sort of, well, not sort of stun it, but sort of punch it, like so the white ball goes forward with the stun shot rather than...
I like top spins off those shots. I feel like you can get more angle off the pot. Where stun, you're just trying to punch
the
it.
white ball throws.
Yeah.
Chance to get a snooker here.
A bit stiff from Gus there.
Relatively thick this shot. He's hit it thin. I would actually play that thicker myself. Try to take the white ball more central to the bottom rail and make the in-off a chance.
Yeah. Gus is racing around the table and it's put him in not the greatest spot.
Yeah, he's still got this dodgy red on the right side rail. Jacking up. I reckon this is low percentage. Good chance of going off this. If you overcover, you're going off every time.
Yeah.
Played it alright. He's kept the red ball very potable.
Personally, I would have played the long double. Go straight up and down and leave Alec the long hard yellow with a chance to pot it to the centre, but then it's pretty hard to keep the white down the bottom end.
Good shot required. Very missable this pot. Most people, if they miss these, overcut it.
Oh no.
Good shot.
Bang it in.
Yeah, if you do miss that pot, most people overcut them. I've got a feeling I'm getting called up.
Table 32, Paul Pike, Mitchell Banfield. Table 26, Matt Edwards, Barry Scarborough. Table 4, Peter Butterworth, Brendan Smith. Table 5,
Butters got knocked
Trevor
out.
Einheimer, Daryl Kemp. Table 19, Sash Sally, Adrian Thomas. Table 17, Michael Collins, Steve Jonathan. Table 8, Chris Soros, Enrico Di Giorgio.
Okay, I'm not up. That was a nice pot. Not sure what value it offers just yet, but has to make another pot down here on this bottom left one, and then he can start working his way into these other balls. But that's definitely the start of an opportunity. Simon has nailed that. 9-5. Yeah, it's a hard road back for Alec. Another ball missed sort of near the rail.
He's not having a good time with the rail shots. I think he's trying to... hitting him sort of too low, too thin from where he's aiming. If that makes any sense. What does Steve do here? Go for the centre one?
Yeah, this is actually a little bit tricky in the looks because this plant's not set.
I think what he's doing is coming off the yellow that's not over the centre thin or thick to knock it out, let's say, just past the red or something. So it'll finish just to the left of the red, so it goes to the bottom right. He'll leave himself on the top ball to come down. He might even play it a lot harder than that, so the yellow actually comes right across the table, so the white can go up the table as well.
Don't even mind if he hits a sort of softish as long as it comes off the rail. Oh, he's double kissed
He's
one
not
mistake.
got the result he wanted.
Looked to me like he had a lot of side on it, like he had to throw it in.
He dug it in.
Yeah, he had to kick it in rather than he must have had very good position on it.
Gus still isn't in the best position. Do you reckon the red right in the centre of the table goes inside the yellow over the bag?
I reckon it does. And that will definitely free up the other red too, I think.
Should do.
Has to eliminate his ball over the pocket first if that's his plan though. Opt for a different shot here. Surely he's not going to go in the middle here and kick this. That's actually, he might have a half a result.
A lot of top spin to kick it straight under. Leave himself the top and the bottom ball. You can't get completely stiff off it unless you pot his yellow.
It's actually a bit thinner than I thought, this red. Can pot it, but I'm just wondering if he can actually get into it.
He might just knock the black up to his red.
That's actually probably the smartest shot.
I guarantee I wouldn't have seen that if I was actually playing.
I wouldn't have either, actually. And it's a shot that I should see. He's missed the cannon.
So now that he's missed it, pushing the black up to his red was the best shot to do.
Yeah, he's going to have another dip at it now with the ball over the hole. He's basically committed now. More risk in this one because he won't have guaranteed position because he's about to eliminate the ball that he would have had guaranteed position.
He could go full ball into the black and sit behind the black and the yellow and have nothing on.
What's he doing now? I don't like any of the shots he's looked at so far.
That needs to go further up.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was too, well, to be honest, it was too hard to play. Although I guess it was no harder than playing the plant. Oh, sorry, not playing the plant, playing the kick off the ball over the pocket.
Is that black still fine, or has that actually made it harder to play?
No, it's definitely on. I can see a full shadow there of the ball, which means there's a big gap.
Ah, yeah.
So Steve, 7-5, Steve not going away. Gus, really, I've got to be honest, it's just allowing him to stay in the match at the moment. It looks to me like Steve's he's definitely settled down into this match now. He feels a bit more comfortable. Look at this guy. He's actually using the ref like a cue. Holy crap, I'm going to try that.
I'm hopeless with the rest, so that might be my next idea.
Alright, no worries. I've never seen that before. I'm going to try that.
That looked fun.
It did. It made looking like using the rest fun. That is a very good way to put it, because no one likes using the rest.
Rest is horrible. It makes it more interesting.
Yeah, it's like playing one-handed, but not.
That is a great shot.
That is a sensational shot. You're spot on. And even the angle's just dolly perfect.
It does go to the centre, doesn't it?
Definitely to the right centre.
Yeah.
And it looks to me like he could just stun up a touch as well. Just checking the left, so maybe he doesn't have the angle I thought.
Looking like 10-5 here.
That'll be very straight. Okay, it was very straight.
That's a good hit.
And it's a long road home for Alec now, 10-5. And
It's doable.
it is doable. You've never lost until your opponent is on 11. But the way I look at these sort of situations when I'm commentating them is that
I was
opponent
definitely
has,
struggling my match this morning. I was 8-3 down.
Wow. It's a good comeback then.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah, I saw you play.
sort of drilled into me to keep fighting. I've been very easy to, once you get about 4 or 5 frames of me recently, I've just been over it. Starting to get back into the right fight back mode.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. I said I was 7 or 8-0 down myself, and
It's just
when I
frustrating.
started
It's frustrating. It's frustrating when you go 8-3 down. You probably should be, 5-all kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. So look at this, see, Steve. He never looked like making it out earlier, and now he's just looking like doing it without too much problem at all. He's settled right down. Gus now has a fight in his hand.
He's a bit hampered here.
I expect him to get this still. He's just like
Yeah.
you said. I didn't even realise all this time he's left-handed either. That's what his problem's been. He's left-handed.
That's his problem.
That's his problem. That's most people's problem that are left-handed.
Light balance, 10-6, light balance, 6.
Alec, a good opportunity to keep this match going here. Just pushes the yellow to the rail a little bit without meaning to.
Most of what Simon's been doing is just potting out, so if Alec can tie him up.
Grab me one more there.
Re-rack
off
for
the
Gus.
Gus actually does that a bit, you know.
Does he?
Yeah, I've seen him pop the black out of turn a lot of times in off the break.
I'm going to call it. He doesn't pot a ball now.
Dumps the white.
Every time I see someone pot the black off the break, when they re-rack and break again, they either get nothing or foul break. That's my personal experience.
Yeah, it does happen often. I try and just replicate the break and give it a bit more power and misjudge the timing. White ball got close.
Ready?
Nothing down.
Nothing down. Called it.
Ugly table though. Cluster up the top right, not real fun. Need to get an angle on that yellow to actually push the other one into play.
Other than that one dead red at the top, I'd much prefer reds.
I like yellows.
Yellows
because you
have
can't
the
cannon
tactical
that red.
advantage,
Yeah, well, you can't cannon that red up the top.
Straight into the one. That's...
Hey, you know what?
He can actually go into the centre and go straight up to his dead yellow.
He's doing it. He's going top.
What? Really? I don't like that.
I'm not seeing the point of potting these open balls because he's definitely not potting out.
I don't understand that. If you're going to go for the out, you might as well just... So he's just giving Gus the frame. Well, not the frame, but he's giving Gus massive advantage.
Oh, definitely. He actually did try and double that clean, did get very close to it as well. But yeah, I don't think he actually saw the ball in the middle to get the cannon. But it was one of those shots, if you do miss a pot, get the cannon, you could lose a frame for that. Because you open up the only bad ball on the table. But when you're playing
when the black's still tied up and...
Well, it is now. It wasn't before. When he played that double, he pushed that yellow.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I thought it was still tied up before that. Playing snooker.
It's a good shot.
She's played some great snookers this match. Most of them have been one rail, but he was getting right on the balls he's snooking behind, which is a good result.
I mean, the table's rolling relatively steady as well. Just got to take a quick break, folks. I'll be back shortly.
Good old Jamie Stevens. That's a great snooker from Gus. Don't think Steve can get out of that with one rail this time. He might just play the foul, leave Gus under his own reds.
Not when you're playing like triple.
Have people actually been timed so far, Dan? Because specifically the TV tables, they're looking at time. Gus just asked if that's a foul. Got Dan getting the replay now.
I reckon it was good.
Yeah, it looked fair. Trying to get Balla on. Come on. Weak.
Go on, Dip.
I thought he named you that. What? I thought he named you that.
Yeah, I like that. Get it back to you. Can't
Oh yeah, I thought yellow first.
no reason why you wouldn't.
It definitely looked like a yellow. Was hit first to me. Alec's not got great position again. Ah, straight enough. Is it 10-5 or 9-5? I'm pretty sure that's the match. I'm pretty sure it was 10-5. $10-5? So Alec's just yeah. Simon Singleton taking out Alec on the winners bracket. That's one of the best wins you could get. Yeah, it's a massive win. I think Gus has got 2 here, so he shouldn't be in too much trouble. No, you're in that one.
Tommy Irish. Yeah.
That's a great shot. It's a few big matches coming up. Tristan Massing versus Nathan McMahon. Has he just snookered himself here? Has he just snookered himself? I think he has. Ah, he's fine. Seven, 5, 10. Guess he shows a bit of emotion. Hey Dad, can you grab us another Coke, please? Cheers.
They just seem to want to play the band. Straight on Facebook. I'm on that. Who you bloke? Who? Terrible. Alec. He lost that over the I've never ever seen it. Not even like trying to find a ball and come around like miss a ball. He playing through on the rail. This is shit he doesn't do. Was it? Did he hit it hard or they were just stalled? Didn't make it. Is that legal? Like trying to get yeah, go for a line. Pull it back to the rail. You see closer to the rail. Yeah, buddy. Come on, Gussie. Come on. Come on. Yeah, let me alone. Mr. Goldie's back.
Told me everything I know.
Daniel Banfield, Steve Brown, number 14, Daniel Banfield, Steve Brown.
Take mine and they push it. You get a run with it, mate. Get a run. Okay, Barley,
Go and look at it. What?
been happening, Dev. Gus 9.6 now is. It looks like he's maintained that 3-frame gap. He's getting into business end now where Gus will be looking to close this match out with probably any more lost frames, just so he can, as Robbo said earlier, maintain a bit of energy.
He's already practiced because someone's on the snooker table and hasn't come back from Ridley.
Oh, really?
So, but yeah, I'll just put $2
See Butters on screen there. Well, I'm not sure who's playing, but I don't think he's very happy with that shot. He must have been watching me play earlier. Play a shot like that.
I
actually don't.
Come on, Sam.
and then it went to the final frame.
You're on a TV box.
Oh, I hate it.
I'm going to actually call Steve Daw the big dog because he is pretty tall, big.
Put your lipstick on.
Wow, Robbo's just sending us like I don't think he's got the baldness going in Jake's over.
Dodgy today.
I actually think he gets a better ball.
Wow, Jake McCarthy's just getting caned after his last night's slaughter.
He's painted himself, you know about that.
Yeah, I heard him actually early giving himself a hard time.
He's still waiting for this. Why'd you give up?
To me, looks like he's digging a bit of a hole for himself. Definitely now. I don't think he's quite got iron. But we'll need to get pretty straight on this ball on the rail last or land on a double, but he needs to be able to get on the black. And that's probably as good as he's going to ask. He's got a little bit of killing, but this pot, this is about a 3 out of 10. This pot.
The old days I used to use one shot.
Go, overcut. Difficult shot.
What's the guy here? Greg Dingle, is he playing yours?
What's Gus on? Red.
He's on the yellow.
Yellow.
Just, I think he's looking to put himself in just like a play a snooker. Just close out this frame. Here it comes right now.
You don't reckon he'll just go for it? Just
He'll play
punch
the
his in, stun into them?
No, he'll play his shots and nothing. He'll just float down to the bottom row. And then if he gets the pot, he'll just put that ball to the bottom cushion over the pocket and just get a snooker. He doesn't need to do anything fancy here and get extractions and stuff. He can actually play this very smartly and very little risk. Wow, he's actually sort of dragged.
That's. I thought he'd just punch it, break him out, and if he doesn't break him out, he lands down, snookers him anyway.
I don't know if he wants to kick it because he could have just come him on full and left it on.
Yeah.
I know, I just like rolling in dead weight there and just coming to the bottom rail. I personally would have been trying to attack that. I don't think he was either. But he's got the cross table shot. Not playing it. Actually, this is a good shot. Side railing behind the 3 balls. Just as if they actually not roll.
Ouch.
The facial expression as well, so says it all.
So the 3 different ones, but the other ones are
Actually, quite a miscue.
as well. Brown in this one.
He hasn't left it super easy. This is a tough shot, mainly because the positional play required. Oh, that little racket where he little slide over the cover, he's got him a good position in the play.
Still a big ask from 9-6 down.
Good black, very good shot. Steve Daw goes to 7.
One of our tables, we use the AZ approved and he sent me an email from the ADF showing 6 assistants using the ADF logo. And I sent him back a whole heap of things.
Just getting a little bit of support there from the crowd with the nickname of Furball. No idea why he's got that nickname at all. Makes no sense.
They aren't the right height, they aren't the right the playing area is not the right.
Did you know that Gus actually shaved just before this match started? And he's already nearly got a beard.
All I'm doing is showing a set of templates that has the ADF logo on that I own.
I think break that. I just don't see any reason to not clear on yellows here. They're all open. It's one of those frames where it's all about playing good little stun shots and not letting the white ball move much. Just transition from one ball to the next. You can link them up quite nicely.
Nobody's got this in the money. Maybe a work in progress or something. We all work in progress. And certainly don't exist. Maybe it's certainly haven't given the if they did, what would they give them a mistake and then come back to the area work in progress.
It's not going through, is it? You might be hearing a bit of JR colourful language here at home. Sorry about that, folks. We can't do much about that. He's right next to a camera. So, Steve, on the less favourable one here, I believe the one that is just below the yellow he's playing now is actually the worst of the two. And there's too much angle here, so we'll probably just let this run through, play the ball on the bottom rail next. He's going to stun across. I actually like to run through myself there perfectly myself, but it's a preference thing. The only reason I like the run through is I don't have to control this. I don't have to judge the stun perfectly to create the angle I want on the ball and rail. If I play the run through, it's all about pace.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. Slightly overhit, but it should be okay. Just needs
top it off the run.
He might even just stop the white there and just play it dead straight. Like, as long as you can land pretty much dead straight on this yellow, you're fine. You don't need to get close to it. I'm sure he'll hardly move the white here. I think he'll just move a touch.
I think he's got a bit too much angle.
Yeah,
no, he's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. I would have liked to have just come back and touch more than that, so you don't have to do anything.
I would have topped it with a touch of right, just so it would kick it like a bit further up.
And like I said, if you want to get closer, that's fine. But if you want to just minimise potential errors, I mean, at the end of the day, when you're at a high level, this should be your bread and butter. This sort of shot should be nailing it.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to see a little bit of Steve Daw that maybe these guys over in England see of him, where he's actually starting to get through the ball nice, he's queuing well now.
Just fluently. 9-8.
Suddenly Gus is thinking, what's going on here? I have been in control of this match the entire time. And now I'm 9-8. I'm still up, but I'm feeling a bit dodgy. Special comments from Cam Wallace. He is just Super Coach 5000 behind me at the moment. He reckons that Steve's now finally got used to the tables after already playing one match.
No, I'm not speaking tonight.
So what are you calling from here, Jamie?
Well, he wants anything but to dump a white. And that's exactly what he's done.
Commentator's curse. If he watches this back, he won't be happy with you.
Yeah, that's a bad time to go in off. You know, you've got a bit of momentum on your side. You've won a couple in a row. And then suddenly dump the white and
Still
leave.
not the easiest of outs for yellow. A few two-rail balls.
Yeah, I like Gus to get these, I really do. But look, we've seen some funny things happen this match.
I feel like what he could do, he could take this yellow far right-hand table, take that to the centre, screw back and play the yellow that's on the left-hand rail at the top, double that out and leave Steve behind his yellow, snooker.
If you don't want to commit to the out, that's very
Just
viable.
take an early, try and get 2 shots and see what happens from there.
I think Gus is toying with the... No, he's actually going to place the ball in the right middle first. I don't know why I'm looking at it, but I keep looking at this ball in the middle to just cannon the red and then promote the yellow along the rail there. It can go wrong, but if because you can put the white ball wherever you want, you can judge the angle perfectly.
I think he's taking this yellow long.
I don't even understand why you play this ball first. And I guess he feels it's one of the dodgier balls on the table.
Well, if he wants to transition from the far right yellow to the centre pocket yellow...
Well, he's taking reds.
What?
I just don't understand why you would take reds there. At all. Now you take reds.
Yeah, all there.
He's just got one. He's just got the only one at free, and there's a linking ball to it. There's another one to kick it out if you really want to, but you don't have to because you've got that ball in the middle.
I still don't like the rail shot.
No, I'm fine with it because I've got this ball on the left-hand side of the table that I can pop and just land right behind it, and all I've got to do is roll it in.
Yeah.
In fact, he's got an angle here to kick it straight out. There we go.
Usually the real trouble balls are one down the bottom right of the 3.
You have to wonder if subconsciously Gus is starting to think to himself, geez, you know, I'm actually starting to
Probably
struggle
getting a bit
here.
frustrated.
Yeah, and he's seeing that Steve is starting to cue the ball better, and he's definitely playing better than what he was earlier on in the match. And he's not a slow player. He gets on with it, and
He reminds me a bit of Rusty in a way.
yeah, he doesn't play everything with maximum side like Rusty does. A bit more, straightforward with the white. But Rusty doesn't do that either unless he's absolutely flying, and he sort of has a bit of showmanship about him. And it is actually why he's a very popular player to watch. Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, he's okay.
He has to swerve just a tiny bit, I think. Not.
Yeah, that was risky. He's gotten away with that like you would not believe, because that was... If he's intended to land right there, well, that's sick, that shot. That's a great
He
shot.
cannot pot the bottom ball dead
he
first.
can't?
He can't, no. Look at it from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a plant coming up and it's offset, and he's actually going to have to play it with...
A lot of back.
Yeah, well, you can't,
Back right,
you can't run
back
through.
right.
You're going to
A lot of back right, because he'll try and kick it off the side rail and leave.
Oh, he could pot it. Devlin, you liar.
I swear from where I was looking, that did not go. 9-all.
Well, this match is 9-all already.
What?
Wow, we've got the score wrong, folks. He's now on the hill. Just, and I swear to you now, I've seen
I did not think he could pop that.
a few things from Gus here where it just looks like his mindset's turned off and it's got negative. The choice of reds there,
I still can't believe he could pot that straight up.
it'll definitely be something I'll bring up with him in this post-game interview if he's willing to do it with me now. And it's why he's selected reds there, you know.
I think he probably liked the same topping into the red like Steve did. Probably had the same thing in mind.
I don't know, I just don't know. I really like yellows. And he's a good clean pot. So it's just 10-9 now, Dan? Just one down.
Steve potted it.
Yep. Gus the break does not want to dump it away.
Needs a ball.
Oh, look at this. So
Red
he's
in.
got one. Look at the yellows. I'll just all go up to the top rail.
I think you play tactics from the start. You take yellow, you knock the one that's in the centre of the top rail, knock it over to have 2 balls covering.
I think you'll take reds. I think you can actually gain complete control of the frame of reds right now if you want to, by playing the ball on the right hand side cushion. Cushion first into the yellow and just kill the yellow on behind your reds.
Oh, I thought a yellow dropped as well. I'm blind.
Gus's initial thinking isn't to look for the lockdown style shot.
Yeah, he's always going to look for the out first.
And to be honest, it's all about if this yellow is actually covering clean pots or not, or maybe they go, maybe they all go. And if they all go, then sensational. There you go. He's played a similar shot. I said he's buried the yellow. It's well played. You feel a bit better.
The only thing I would have preferred to do is knock the red that's now covered by the yellow off the rail onto the. That's a poor execution.
It's actually a really loose shot that from Steve. He's got the screws in right now. He's really got Gus under the hammer, and then he just gets down to play the loose shot.
Depending on whatever the angle is, Gus could probably smack the crap out of that now and leave both his reds open.
Groovy. He's looking at it. I reckon the yellow's going to miss the other red going underneath it too. Oh, he killed them both. He cannoned them both. I think it's okay.
They're both on. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, facial reaction says that goes. But just not yet.
Yeah,
I think you're playing
do you go down the bottom now?
I think you have to because you're offset angle here. Can't hold from one or the other.
Actually, I reckon you play the centre ball to the middle.
That's thin, Dev. That one looks a lot thinner than what it is on camera.
Really?
Good shot.
It's a great shot.
Now this is now the key shot in this out, and it's all about getting as central to the table as you can to be straight on that top left-hand ball. I don't know if you can off this angle.
From his face, the expression doesn't like the top right red to the corner.
What are you drinking?
You could definitely do it.
Get up.
Not quite far enough. Actually,
Interesting to see if he goes into the red.
I think he's going to play the ball in the middle a bit.
I'm interested to see if he tries to go into the red off this centre pot.
The way I look at this out is you don't want to be touching any balls. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be moving anything and risk falling out of position. The next couple of shots
from his facial expression, it looks like it's very hard to get pot it and get down to the black.
He's just got slightly too much angle. Just hold the white. But
He's also can just literally stun straight up between the 2 yellows and down.
you can drag this in. The white will hardly move, and you'll have an angle to come centre table. Actually, this is the shot. You got to drag this in. Dead weight drag. I like it. The ball at the top left I'm talking about. Dead weight drag.
Yeah.
The white won't travel much further, much distance at all. See how he's done that? He's sort of soft screwed it in. He's off angle now. So if he drags it in, the white ball runs through a touch, and then he's got the natural run in for the ball in the middle.
If the red goes, he's just going to stun it to the left a bit, and then he's going to leave himself the long shot.
Take the long ball.
And if he misses, he's got minimum 2 balls.
Oh, that went easy. That flew in.
Exactly like it didn't go.
Well, no, he looked at it and seemed happy with it, but it just reaffirms my choice of shot earlier, where if it went that easy, all we had to do was just play a natural roll in after that and be fat on the ball in the middle.
Yeah.
Still expect him to get this. Doesn't have to do anything too clever.
Stun it.
Yeah, just stun, same pocket. Good shot.
That's a great
So
shot.
we will now go to the hill. Dan, do you want to get your mobile phone on this one as well?
Steve's, bro.
Now, last frame, Steve dumped the white. Will he keep it on the table this frame? Are you playing the winner of this? What are you playing next?
What do you reckon, Jamie? Who do you reckon wins from here?
Whoever gets the best spread off the break, first chance in. It's funny. I think Steve's actually favourite at this point in time in the match because he seems the more confident of the two players there.
He just seems more calm.
Gus looks in slight panic mode. Oh, that's not a foul break though. And that actually really annoys me, purely because I don't want to commentate.
That's
really
the worst way to have a 10-off break.
Well, Gus might take this red on the corner and try and go into the pack a little bit. Anyone would have thought Isabella Di Giorgio was playing this frame the way they've come over.
Oh.
Bit of chick pull. Isabella's not impressed. Oh, he's missed a pass.
I don't understand why he doesn't just pot it calmly and then come across the top of this red ball that's on the bottom rail and just sit it over the next bag.
Yeah, well,
he's got both bottom pockets covered.
Odds are your opponent's going to pot at least one of them.
And then you can smack the pack and hope nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
And then from there you got one shot.
What is he doing?
He's going to do what I said.
Well, he gets a choice.
He's still
going to take red.
You've obviously take red.
That was high risk. That was not easy, that shot. I actually can't believe he's played that, but he's played it like it was the simplest shot in the world. So who am I to
I don't think he's too happy with it because now he's forced to pot that bottom red.
Whereas he can sit it over the hole if he wants to. He doesn't have to pot it. In actual fact, I think that would be the shot that I would play. He's going to go cross table and say, you know what, I've got pocket coverage. I'm going to put yourself a bit of pressure, Gus. Played it well.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. I didn't think he wanted to move that red at all.
Apparently, Franca Di Giorgio is not very happy with what I've had to say about her daughter. And to be honest, I'm not sure that Franca has any right in saying anything. She's the only person in that family that doesn't play pool, I think. Oh no, the older sister Chiara doesn't play either.
If I'm Gus, I'm taking the yellow that's dead on the left rail, covering, and telling Steve he's got to go for it.
Oh, this could be a result and a half. But the thing is, these two yellows that are stuck together, the black's dodgy. I think the black doesn't go in the middle.
Take the right pocket cover. Do you take the coverage of the right pocket?
If you commit here, it's like taking an axe to your own neck. It's like you're not going to live.
You have the most descriptive ways.
I just don't see an out here. Like you're at 10 all. You've got to give yourself a chance, and you've got to keep your opponent under pressure as well. Maybe try and force them to play the big out.
That's why I was thinking he just played the yellow, cover the pocket, give him 2 shots, and say, if you get it, well done to you. If you don't, take full advantage of it.
I like putting the shell over the pocket myself, but
I'm talking about the one where that was on the rail, the yellow that he's looking at.
Oh, playing it onto the red.
Yeah, leaving him 2 shots.
Wow, I can't believe he's doing this. I mean, I understand this shot has merit, and the reason I say it is now he's put what I just spoke about earlier. He's saying to his opponent, you know what? I'm not going to chop my own neck just so you can have an easy out. So I'm going to make you have a dip, and then hopefully you leave me the easy out.
Yeah.
So the fate now is all in Steve's hands that Gus has given to him. And Gus is now sitting there, hand on chin, just praying that
if he makes this pot, he's out.
That's in. That is in. And I tell you what, to be honest, it never looked like missing. This could be the end of Gus Di Giorgio on the winner's side of the Big Guns tournament. And I can tell you now, he never looked like losing this match early on. How's this for a shot? Play thin off the top ball. Get the can on the red. The black comes off the yellow at the bottom of the table, and they're all on. It definitely goes in the middle, the one on the left. Oh, see, this is why I play the shot I said.
think the only issue with this shot now is where the white's going.
Yeah, I like the thin flick.
I think he's going to hit that straight into the black if he can.
I like it thinner off the black. Yeah, that's the shot. That's the shot. He's actually been very lucky.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's on. If he misses that yellow there, he's actually in trouble. Oh, he's definitely on the middle. That's a huge result.
I really don't think he's on.
From here it looks like it flies in, but he's not playing it. Okay, well there you go. But then again, it's not surprising me to call something on that's not. Do it every third shot. Oh, and here is Gus's
chance.
So, just to go back to what we were talking about earlier, Gus has popped the ball over the hole. He's asked a question. The question could not be answered.
Come on, Gussie.
Now can Gus take advantage and finish the match? You sort of feel he has to have a dip here because...
Well, he can pop this first yellow, and if he feels like he doesn't want to go for it, he can finish, let's say, just under the black or further across from the black. And
I don't think you can put the white ball anywhere on that table that won't leave him on one of the reds. So you might as well just drop this in, come off the bottom cushion, land behind choice of two balls. That's fine as well. It's all going to come down this ball on the left-hand side of the table. In the background, I've just heard something like, he's out here. He's out here. Surely not. I've got to say, Gus
I would not
Giorgio.
be surprised if he took the snooker here.
Back yourself, Gus. This is you play your best pool when you back yourself. If he's 10-9 up, he takes it on.
But if he's 10 all.
So why allow the scoreboard to dictate the correct choice of shot for you?
Well, that could be his preferred shot.
Not a chance. He rarely ever not attacks the balls. This is the shot that Gus would play. I think he's actually I think he's okay. He'll probably stun up the centre of the table now.
Playing ball.
I think his only real concern, to be honest, was the transition from the final yellow to the black. I think that's really what his main concern is. You've got to stun this. You can't take the risk. Well, he hasn't.
I like it.
I just don't like taking the risk.
Just pot it with screw, it's going to come across.
High pressure shot this. It's not a simple shot. When you look at the table, Deb, instead of the screen, have a look how much straighter that is than what it looks like on the screen.
Even I wouldn't do it. He's trying to walk, going up.
It's a big shot, this.
I still like the screwing off the rail going across.
Oh, it's his only shot now. He has no other choice, but it's a big pot.
Get in.
He's missed it. And he will. Oh, he gives the cue a bit of a slam. Frankie, you're going to have to discipline your son for that one. I wonder if Frank can still see the TV screen. She might have thrown her handbag at it in anger. She's probably headbutt the TV screen. I did teach her how to headbutt. No kidding, I did. I actually taught her how to headbutt properly.
What are you doing teaching Frank how to head?
She asked me. She wanted to learn. I showed her. I'm not going to tell you the reason why, but yes. Jeez, I'm surprised you play like that. He's still okay though. Steve Daw takes this match 11-10. And I have to be honest with you folks, I am really shocked at that result because Gus, for all money, looked like he couldn't lose that match in the early stages. But long matches, funny things. I'm going to try and get both these guys for an interview. I don't know how keen Gus is going to be on it, but he's professional enough to do it. So yeah, let's see if I can get him in now. Can you mute yours? Just hit mute. Oh, hang on, I need that.
Gary Proctor, James Stevens. Table 3, Gary Proctor, James Stevens.
I've been to Paris a couple of times, and they've got and they've got some. Go ahead.
All right, folks, we just saw a bit of a cliffhanger match, and I know this really sucks to get you in so soon after a loss, Gus, especially a loss like that, 11-10. My take on this match, initially you were looked in full control, and to be honest, looked like you were actually going to destroy him there at one stage. But give me your thoughts on what you think happened and turned the match around.
Yeah, well, I went 5-0 up, and the better player won in the end. Yeah, I was 5-0 up, then I potted the black out of turn, which it was just, yeah, I should have looked at it. It was an absolute silly shot. Yeah, he pots really well, and better player won.
Do you really think though that black was the entire reason that
no,
things turned around?
No, it wasn't. But when you give 3 frames like that, I should have looked at it. But yeah, it's actually it's a tough one to swallow. This one, I'm actually really hurting. So
For that reason, mate, I'm not going to keep you long. One more question. Is there anything positive that you can take from this result?
Well, usually there is, but no, I can't really think of any positives to take out of it. No, I don't think there is.
Okay, well,
he played really well, and the better player.
You're not done yet, mate. Double elimination, which I guess you're going to do the long road all the way to the finals now. Well, so all the best for the rest of the weekend.
Yep.
And
cheers.
Tough
Cheers,
mate.
Jamie. Thanks, mate.
And we'll get Steve in here now. As you can tell, folks, it's a tough one for Gus to pretty much lead all match, and now we get Steve Daw, the victorious Pom. And Steve, your thoughts firstly on that match as a whole?
First 10 frames I was garbage, absolutely garbage. I don't think I've ever been that nervous in all my life. Absolutely, never been under a TV table before, so completely new experience. Just no, it was awful.
Now, well, Gus touched on him potting the black out of turn.
Yeah.
Suddenly, a couple of frames later, it's 5-3 and not 5-1 or 6-2.
Yeah, because it was looking good to go fire 6-1 up. Then obviously it goes 5-2, and then I thought, well, just stick in. I hate fudging. I really hate fudging, but I had to do it because I was absolutely awful first half of the match.
Yeah, and I think that's, from what I can gather, you're a fast player. You like to get amongst them quickly, but then you did slow the match down, and I think you worked out that you probably, early on in the match, couldn't out-pot him.
I'll tell you what, he hits the ball really well.
He is probably one of the best cueists in the state. So.
Yeah, he's absolutely gorgeous to watch.
But then we saw probably the Steve Daw, that your friends back home no one loved, the cueist, the clean potter. No. You looked good there towards the end, I thought.
Towards the end, I felt good. I just thought when I got to 9 each, I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose. I'll just go for it. But I can't believe I've won. Really can't.
Yeah.
From the first 9, 10, 11 frames, diabolical for me.
Well, that's the glory of a race to 11.
Of course.
Get a bit of settle time, and you've turned that match around. And look, all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We'll get you in again at some point.
Yeah,
so
cheers.
good luck in your next match.
Thanks a lot.
And then, yeah. And we stayed sort of